Before the sun reached the valley, the bells already knew our names. They called the faithful to prayer, the farmers to labor, the widows to memory, and the powerful to whatever business they preferred to conduct before witnesses woke. My father rose before the sparrows pulled his boots across the floor. My mother lit a candle for the saints above the door. The village slept beneath the mountain, every roof still dark and warm, but the fields were full of working men before the day was born. The mayor owned a polished office, the priest possessed the sacred word. Uniformed men carried rifles, so the written law was heard. Still, when trouble crossed the valley, people passed those doors somehow and climbed the hill toward one stone house where a quiet man lived out. No sign above his doorway, no title on the wall, yet men who laughed at government lowered their voices in his hall. Bells before dawn, over vineyard roof and stone, call the poor to kneel before heaven, while the powerful move alone. Bells before dawn, one law written, one law worn. God may own the final judgment, but men decide who eats by morn. I saw a widow cross the square once, with a deed held to her breast. The court had given half her orchard to a landlord richly dressed. She returned before the evening, with her boundary restored. No judge had changed the document, no magistrate had spoken more. My father would not tell me plainly what arrangement had been made. He said a village grows two shadows, one by sunlight, one by shade. Then he placed his hand upon me, said, do not confuse the two. The law may tell a man what happened, power tells him what comes true. I was 9 years old enough to recognize fear, but too young to understand why respectable men carried it so carefully. I watched farmers remove their caps before that quiet house. I watched merchants leave gifts they pretended were gratitude. I watched the priest bless the village on Sunday, then visit the same house on Monday evening through the garden entrance. That was when I understood. There are men who inherit authority from uniforms, offices, and books. And there are men whose authority exists because everyone has agreed not to test where it ends. The church promised justice after death. The quiet man offered an answer before supper. And hunger has never been patient enough to wait for heaven. I did not dream of gold or titles, did not picture men who bowed. I only knew my father worked while lesser men were speaking loud. And somewhere in that child's confusion, a colder seed was quietly born, to become the kind of answer people sought before the dawn. Bells, bells before dawn, ring for saint and sinner saint. But the valley follows silence when that silence bears a name. Bells before dawn taught the boy what power meant. One bell called his soul to heaven, one called men to consequence. Before I became the man behind the door, I was the boy who heard two kinds of bells. The tree beside our house was older than every argument I ever heard beneath it. Kings changed, flags changed, landlords changed. The tree remained. I drew my first breath near the hillside, where the silver branches leaned, in a house of stone and hunger, kept impossibly clean. My mother wrapped me in a blanket, my father held me toward the sky, then touched my feet against the earth, so I would know where I must lie. He worked the grove with hands like timber, every finger split and scarred. Said the soil respects no wishes, only labor deep and hard. He showed me trunks the wind had twisted, still bearing fruit through every year. Said a straight tree may look noble, but the wounded one feeds here. Roots do not announce their labor, they work where eyes cannot see, holding generations steady under every family tree. Born beneath the olive trees, where patience has a spine, where wounded wood still offers fruit, and bitterness becomes refined. Born beneath the olive trees, where every root remembers grief, I learned the strongest living things do not confuse their scars with weakness. There were seasons rain abandoned us, when every well became a prayer. We divided one small loaf at supper, as though abundance waited there. My father ate the smallest portion, then claimed that he had eaten first. A boy learns what protection means when love pretends it has no thirst. One summer man arrived with papers, measured rows we called our own. Said a distant man in Palermo held the rights beneath the stone. My father signed because a rifle makes a signature appear. But that night he pressed the dirt between my hands and whispered near. They may purchase every boundary, they may number every tree, but a man who knows where he is rooted carries land internally. Never let possession fool you. Ownership is not a deed. The earth belongs to those who honor what it cost to plant a seed. An olive tree takes years before it gives enough to feed a house. That is why impatient men rarely understand the land. They want harvest without weather, respect without service, a family name without the burden of making it honorable. But the tree knows better. It survives the axe by growing from what remains. It survives drought by reaching deeper than thirst expected. It survives men because men mistake one lifetime for forever. My father taught me that patience was not passivity. Patience was preparation without applause, and roots were not chains. Roots were the reason a storm had to work so hard to move you. Years would place me in a black suit, far beyond that humble ground. Men would speak my name with caution when no church bell made a sound. Still, whenever pride approached me, I remember bent old trees. Nothing truly rooted needs the permission of the breeze. Born beneath the olive trees, I carry earth beneath my name. Patience in the way I listen, ancient fire beneath the flame. Born beneath the olive trees, no crown can make those roots release. The world may own the land above me, but the soil remembers me. La terra ricorda. The earth remembers, and so do I. The first suit I ever owned belonged to a dead man. My mother shortened the sleeves. My father taught me how to stand inside it. Uncle Pietro died in winter. When the mountain carried snow, They laid his black suit on my bed, said I had room enough to grow. The shoulders hung like empty promises. The trousers touched the floor. But poverty does not reject good cloth, because it lived one life before. My mother worked beneath one candle, pulled the needle through the night, mended grief into the lining, made the borrowed darkness right. She pressed the collar with her fingers, brushed the dust from either shoe, said clothing cannot make you worthy, but it changes who will notice you. Every button held a secret, every seam concealed a bruise. The village dressed itself in mourning, and each man chose what face to use. Black Sunday suits, stitched from mourning and disguise, makes a poor boy look important, makes a guilty man look wise. Black Sunday suits, every button fastened tight, hides the hunger, hides the trembling, lets the shadow borrow light. We followed Pietro through the village, past the fountain, past the square. Women crossed themselves in doorways, incense darkened all the air. The mayor walked behind the coffin, the priest led prayers beneath his breath. Then one quiet man arrived and changed the order of the death. Men stepped sideways from his pathway, even grief appeared to wait. The mayor lowered both his eyes, the priest adjusted his own gait. One by one they kissed his fingers, not from love and not from grace. And I watched invisible power take its proper public place. I asked my father who he was, why every proud man bent his head. He said funerals reveal the order that the living leave unsaid. Death may place us all together, under soil and under stone, but while men breathe, they choose whose presence makes a crowded street feel lone. At a funeral, every man eventually becomes equal. The coffin does not care how much land he owned. The grave does not recognize which hand was kissed, but the procession cares. The procession remembers who walks first, who waits, who receives the deepest bow, and whose silence makes officials nervous. That day, I learned a suit can become several things. On a poor man, it can be dignity. On a liar, camouflage. On a grievance, on armor. And on a powerful man, it can become a flag without But my father gave me one final lesson: never let the suit become your character. Fabric may open the door, only conduct decides whether you deserve to remain inside. Years later, when the tailor measured every shoulder, wrist, and seam, I remembered borrowed trousers and my mother's candle gleam. I chose black without ornament, no bright thread and no display. A man should never dress more loudly than the judgment he must weigh. Black Sunday suit, no longer borrowed from the dead.
Now borrowed from the dead.
Now the village reads my silence before one careful word is said.
Black Sunday suit,
Tailored darkness, measured truth. The cloth did not create the man, it taught the man what eyes will choose. That was the first day I saw power dressed for church. And the first day I understood, one day the suit would fit. Ink can be washed away, paper can be burned, a witness can forget what fear encourages him to forget. But an oath taken through the mouth enters the blood. That is why there was no contract waiting on the table. Only bread, salt, and men who had already learned the price of speaking. They called me to the stone house when the evening bells were done. No lantern faced the roadway, no window welcomed anyone. 7 men sat around the table, every jacket buttoned high. No weapon showed above the cloth, but danger did not need to lie. At the head sat Don Salvatore, with the valley in his eyes. He knew which field had failed its harvest, which merchant altered weights and lies. He broke the loaf without a blessing, placed one portion in my hand, then pushed a dish of salt toward me as though testing where I'd stand. He said, bread is what we owe the living, salt is what remembers pain. Silence keeps the house from falling when the world comes asking names. Bread, salt, and silence, 3 witnesses beneath the flame. Bread for every mouth I shelter, salt for every dead I name. Silence for the doors behind me and the truths that must sleep deep. A man may spend his gold by morning, but his given word he keeps. I had thought the oath meant power, men would move when I appeared. But the first command they gave me was to serve the ones unheard. Bring the doctor to a laborer whose child could scarcely breathe. Stand beside a frightened widow while a landlord came to seize. I carried no official paper, only Salvatore's name. Yet the landlord read the message before I ever spoke the claim. He returned the widow's orchard, left before the moon arose. That was when I learned a whisper may accomplish what a courtroom knows. But each kindness tied another thread, each favor made a chain. The village called it gratitude, the house recorded every name. Nothing given disappeared, nothing borrowed left unpaid. Even mercy had a memory, even kindness cast a shade. People believe an oath gives a man protection. Sometimes it does. But protection is only the first side of the bargain. The other side is obligation. When the house calls, you answer. When a family is threatened, their fear becomes your concern. When a secret enters your hearing, it must die before reaching your tongue. Bread means no one beside you goes hungry. Salt means nothing important is forgotten. Silence means you may carry truths that make sleep difficult for the rest of your life. There is honor in such a promise. There is also a prison. The door does not lock when you enter, it locks when you realize you no longer know how to leave. Near midnight I returned home with the salt still on my sleeve. My mother saw the bread beneath my arm and understood what I believed. She did not ask whose house had called me or what promise I had made. She placed a candle by the window and watched another boy become a shade. Bread, salt, and silence, now I know what each one cost. Bread became the lives I carried, salt remembered every loss. Silence built the man before you, but to pieces none could see. That night I entered as my father's son and left belonging to the family. No paper bore my signature, no priest recorded the vow. But from that night forward, when the house called my name, I answered. A hand can feed you, bless you. Sign away your land. Close your father's eyes or point toward the place where no one will search. Before you kiss a hand, you should understand what it has done. And before you offer yours, you should understand what the bowing costs. I first saw men kiss Salvatore at my uncle's winter grave. Farmers bent with honest sorrow, merchants bent because afraid. The priest shook his hand with caution, the mayor held it twice as long. Every man performed respect, though each one sang a different song. One old widow touched his knuckles with a gratitude sincere. He had saved her sons from prison when the judge refused to hear. Then a wealthy miller followed, with a smile too wide and thin. He kissed the hand that knew the numbers hidden underneath his sin. One bowed down because he loved him, one because refusal had a price. The movement looked identical, but the eyes explained it twice. The hand you kiss may lift you from the ground, or hold your head beneath it while no witness makes a sound. The hand you kiss may shelter, judge, or own. A ring can carry honor or make fear resemble a throne. Salvatore placed his hand before me after I had kept my word. The courtyard watched in silence, though no formal command was heard. For one breath I saw my future in the gold around his skin. Then I took the hand between both mine, but did not bend to kiss the ring. A murmur traveled through the courtyard, like a match across dry grain. He studied me without expression, measured courage against disdain. Then he smiled and pulled me nearer, said respect should stand upright. A man who needs another kneeling does not understand his height. Years later, when the chair was mine and silver entered through my hair, men approached with lowered faces, carrying petitions, grief and fear. Some kissed out of old tradition, some because they sought a shield, some because they knew my signature could change the borders of a field. I could always tell the difference. Gratitude holds the hand gently, fear grips too tightly or barely touches at all. Ambition keeps its eyes raised, watching to see whether the performance worked. A grieving man forgets the ritual. He reaches for help, not ceremony. Those were the hands I trusted most. I never demanded the kiss. A forced gesture does not become respect simply because witnesses call it tradition. If a man must make others smaller to feel the size of his authority, he is not a don, he is only hunger wearing a ring. The hand people honor must carry more than power. It must carry widows, orphans, disputes, debts, mistakes, and the consequences of every word it gives. A ring is light. Responsibility is what makes the hand heavy. So when a child was brought before me by a father deep in debt, the man pushed down upon his shoulder as though teaching him respect. I raised the boy and moved the father, said, "No child will kneel in here." Let him learn that earned devotion has no need to resemble fear. The hand they kiss must answer for the ground, for every life it raises and each voice it quiets down. The hand they kiss should never crave the throne. Respect freely placed upon it is the only kind it owns. Every bowed head is either a blessing or an accusation. A wise man spends his life learning which. Learning which.
My mother gave me these beads before I knew what a man might need forgiveness for. Back then, I counted prayers. Later, I counted names. She placed the black beads in my palm. The winter father left the ground, said, when grief has stolen language, let your fingers make the sound. A silver Christ hung from the ending, small enough to hide beneath the Sunday suit she made me wear, and close enough to feel me breathe. As a boy I prayed for rainfall, for my father's aching spine, for enough bread through the winter, for the grapes to hold the vine. Every bead was simple mercy, every mystery had light. God still seemed to know our doorway when I counted them at night. But innocence is not a chapel built to last against the years. Soon the beads that carried blessings started carrying my fears. Black rosary, bead by bead beneath my hand. One for mercy, one for hunger, one for what the law had banned. Black rosary, every prayer and every stain. I count the choices that protected us and the souls that paid the same. The first bead changed after the oath, when I carried Salvatore's word. The second held a widow's orchard, the third a truth that stayed unheard. One became a friend who vanished, one a brother spared from shame. Soon the circle held more memories than my mouth could safely name. I wore the cross beneath my collar, while men waited for my nod. They called my judgment earthly justice, then watched me kneel before my God. At Mass the priest raised Absolution, white sleeves glowing in the flame. I wondered whether heaven heard the title men had placed before my name. Father Luca heard my confession behind the carved and darkened screen. I told him some men came for justice, where the courts refuse to see. He said need may explain a sinner, but explanation does not clean. I asked if God preferred the innocent or those who kept the innocent unseen. I do not ask God to call me innocent. That would insult him, and it would insult the graves. I ask a harder question. When the law protects the thief and punishes the hungry, is it a sin to become another kind of law? When a violent man fears only violence, is restraint still virtue or permission? When a family sleeps safely because another family now mourns, which prayer reaches heaven first? The priest told me repentance means turning away. But away from what? The men at my door, the widows, the laborers, the children whose fathers had been taken by officials who sowed justice by the measure. I wanted God to explain where protection ends and pride begins. He remained silent, so I continued counting. Not because the beads answered me, because they refused to let me forget the question. Near the end, my mother saw them, worn smooth underneath my thumb. She asked if I still used the rosary when the darkest evenings came. I said every night, mia madre. She looked through the man I'd grown, then said, do not pray that God forgives you. Pray you never call your sins his own. Those words entered deeper than a bullet, found the chamber pride concealed. I had dressed each choice as duty, so the wound would look like healed. From that night I stopped asking heaven to approve what I had done. I asked only for the courage to admit which choice was mine alone. Black rosary, not a charm and not excuse. It is a ledger made of sorrow that the soul cannot reduce. Black rosary, every bead returns my name. Grace may understand the reason, but it does not rename the stain. Madonna, remember the boy who first held these beads before the village called him Don. And when I count the final one, let me tell the truth without explaining it away.
The village believes our house is quiet. When the shutters close, it does not. It simply changes language. Outside, men speak in titles, favors, and fear. Inside, one woman looks at my hands and remembers the boy they belonged to before anyone called him Don. By daylight, she walks through the market with the basket resting on her arm, greets the baker, greets the widow, wears composure like a charm. No one sees the keys beneath her shawl,
for the names inside her head. No one knows she counts my footsteps when the village should be in bed. She knows which coat requires burning, which white shirt must soak till dawn, which envelope stays beneath the flower, which photograph must soon be gone. She never asks the foolish question that would force a foolish lie. She looks once toward the crimson water, then holds the silence in her eye. But silence is not blindness, and loyalty is not a chain. She knows the difference between duty and a man excusing pain. Behind the shutters, the house removes its public face. She washes blood out of the linen, but cannot wash away its trace. Behind the shutters, she holds the roof while men make war. They call me master of the village. She decides what man walks through the door. Children finally sleep, and the guards have crossed the yard. She places both hands on the table and speaks without pretending hard. You cannot call it family if your son learns fear from you, and you cannot name it justice just because the village lets you choose. She knew me before the polished buttons, before the ring and measured chair, when I owned one torn white shirt, and ambition was my only pair. She remembers every promise that the powerful man forgets, and when pride begins to crown me, she collects my unpaid debts. People think her silence means she agrees with me. Fools. Silence can be judgment, waiting for privacy. She has told me no when armed men told me yes. She has stood between my anger and decisions I would have regretted for the rest of my life. She has hidden my papers, protected my children, fed men who would die for this house, and refused to worship the chair they placed beneath me. She does not fear the dawn, she worries about the man the dawn is slowly replacing. There are nights when I enter this room prepared to justify everything. Then she says my Christian name, not my title, not the dawn, not the drone, the name my mother whispered when I was small. And for one breath, the empire disappears. That is her power. She does not make men kneel. She makes one man remember how to stand. When strangers gather after midnight, she decides which wine is poured, who may wait beside the doorway, who must never cross the floor. They believe the house obeys me because my hand controls the wall. But every kingdom starts collapsing when no truth survives indoors. Behind the shutters, she guards more than family names. She keeps the children
my soul outside the flames. Behind the shadows, no throne can silence what is true. The village may answer to the dawn, but the dawn still answers to you. Men say the dawn protects the house. The truth is simpler. The house protects the dawn, and she protects what remains of the man.
The first son inherits long before a father dies. He inherits the way men look when the family enters. He inherits unfinished enemies. He inherits stories told too proudly and silences kept too long before he understands what the name means. The name has already begun, meaning something through him. I watched him beneath the olive branches, building kingdoms out of clay, giving every stone a title, then laughing when they fell away. He had his mother's easy kindness and my habit of observing doors. Still young enough to think a father only owned the house and floors. Then one morning in the village, 3 grown men removed their hats. One stepped forward, kissed my fingers, while my son stood watching that. He waited till we reached the hillside, then asked why the old man bowed. I said, because he knows our family. But the lie sounded far too loud. A name can be a shelter. A name can be a stone. What a father calls inheritance may leave a child alone. The firstborn carries tomorrow in his face. Every hope I never followed, every stain I cannot erase. The firstborn heir to land and family name. I pray he takes the roots from me, but never needs the flame. Placed books beside his pillow, where another man might place a gun. Taught him numbers, maps, and language, said the world was wider than the sun. I wanted courts to hear his argument, wanted papers bearing clean design, wanted men to know his wisdom before they ever knew the line. But enemies can read a bloodline like a hunter reads the ground. Every road that leads toward power makes the innocent easy found. So I placed guards around his childhood, built high walls beneath the vine, then wondered if protection was another kind of prison made by mine.
could teach him how to sit in my chair
How long to wait,
before answering,
how to tell gratitude from ambition.
how to recognize the man who smiles while calculating betrayal.
I could give him every lesson,
Required to become dawn,
but what kind of father?
prepares his child to survive a life
He secretly hopes.
the child will refuse.
Legacy is a dangerous word.
Men use it when they want their children to continue what they were too afraid to end. The firstborn is not merely a continuation
He is a chance.
for contradiction, a chance for the family name to mean harvest, education, honest work, and a door that no frightened widow must approach after midnight. One evening he asked me,
Papa, are you a good man?
I could have lied.
Instead I said,
I have done good things, figlio mio.
that is not always the same answer.
He looked at me for a long time.
Then he took my hand without kissing it.
That was the proudest moment of my life. When the day arrives to choose him, I will place no ring upon his hand. I will show him every ledger, every grave beneath the land. Then I will open both the doorways, one toward power, one away. If loyalty requires his freedom, then loyalty has lost its way. The firstborn, you may carry all I name without inheriting the silence, without repeating every shame. The firstborn, take the grove but leave the chair. Be my son before successor. Build a life beyond my prayer.
Take my name,
Figlio mio.
take the land,
Take every honest thing I managed to preserve.
but leave my shadow here.
A father should give his son a beginning,
Not an unfinished war.
By daylight, they called the court honorable. They called the mayor respectable. They called the police servants of the king. But after darkness, when respectable doors were closed, the village climbed my hill. First came Signora Rosa with a deed against her chest. The landlord moved her boundary stones and claimed the orchard west. She had visited every office, every desk had named a fee. She placed the paper on my table and asked if law remembered she. Next came Mateo from the vineyard with his daughter's ribbon torn. A wealthy family's arrogant son had left her name to village scorn. Mateo did not ask for vengeance, he asked that truth survive the lie. By harvest time the boy had left, and no one asked the reason why. Every knock brought hunger, every answer built my name. Mercy made a road to power,
and power never stays the same. The village comes at night, when the lawful doors are closed, carrying grief in folded papers and truths no daylight knows. The village comes at night, I give the answer courts deny, but every soul that seeks my justice raises my chair a little high. A shopkeeper came trembling, with tax demands he could not pay. The officer took half his earnings, then returned the following day. I sent no threat and showed no weapon, only spoke the officer's name. By morning every coin was returned, and no receipt explained the change. Then a mother came near midnight. Her youngest son had disappeared, taken after speaking boldly where officials could have heard. 3 days later he came walking, bruised alive and saying none. His mother kissed both hands before me and called my intervention done. At first they brought me injuries the law had chosen not to see. Then they brought me marriages and arguments over property. Soon they asked who might sell olives, who could open, who must wait. A village seeking simple justice placed permission at my gate. At first, I told myself I served them, and perhaps I did. The widow kept her orchard, the girl kept her name, the shopkeeper kept his bread, the mother kept her son. These things mattered. But one evening, I noticed the village council had delayed a decision because I had not attended. A farmer postponed his daughter's marriage until I approved the family. 2 brothers refused to divide their land until I selected the boundary. Men began asking my permission for things that had never belonged to me. Need had crowned me, gratitude had built the chair, fear had strengthened its legs. There is a moment when a protector becomes a ruler. No church bell marks it, no priest announces it. The man simply looks around one day and discovers that no one remembers how to decide without him. That is when power becomes most dangerous, not when people hate it, but when they believe they cannot live without it. Before the dawn I closed the ledger, 4 names added, 1 removed. 3 families fed through winter, 1 official quietly moved. The village slept beneath my answer while I watched the candles die, wondering whether private justice had made a public throne too high. The village comes at night and leaves before the morning light.
some with justice in their hands, some owing me their life. The village comes at night, but one question will not cease: who protects the village from the man whose word has replaced its peace? They called me dumb because I answered. I became dangerous when I forgot. An answer can still be wrong. The daylight. They call the court honorable. They call the mayor respectable. They call the police servants of the king. But after darkness, when respectable doors were closed, the village climbed my hill.
In Sicily, a name is not merely what your mother calls you. A name is the house behind you, the graves beneath you, the children who will inherit whatever honor or hatred you leave unfinished. That is why, when they carried my brother home, the village did not ask whether there would be payment. They only asked whose name would pay it. They brought my brother home at sunrise, with his jacket folded across the wound. My mother touched his cold forehead, while the bells disturbed the moon. His wife stood silent near the doorway. Their young son held her dress, and every man inside that room was waiting for my yes. No witness crossed the courtyard, no neighbor claimed to see, yet fear had told the whole town what their mouths withheld from me. A young man from the rival house had fired beneath the tower. One foolish act of wounded pride had poisoned every hour. The old men named tradition before the grave was closed. They said blood must answer blood, so the family name still grows. A name for a name, that is what the old men say. But every name has a mother, and every grave leaves more to pay. A name for a name, till no one knows what started flame. The dead become an argument, and children inherit blame. I entered my brother's bedroom, where his Sunday shoes remained. A book lay open by the window, his final page forever unchanged. His son had drawn our olive orchard, with 4 figures beneath the tree. One for him, one for his mother, one for his father, one for me. My men demanded the rival's firstborn, though he never touched the gun. They said an heir was equal payment, a son exchanged for another
sun. I looked at them across the table and heard the ancient madness speak, how vengeance calls itself tradition when grief is too ashamed to weep. Vendetta gives pain a uniform. It tells a grieving man that if he moves quickly enough, anger will become honor. But grief is not healed because another mother learns the sound. My mother made this mourning. My brother deserves justice, not arithmetic, not the nearest body with the proper family name. The hand that fired the weapon must answer. The man who gave permission must answer. But I will not select an innocent son, because tradition finds innocence inconvenient. A family name is not a hunting license, and honor is not the permission to stop thinking. They called that weakness. They said the village would believe I had lost my nerve. But fear can begin a war. Only authority can refuse one. So I sent one message to the rival house. Bring me the man responsible. Bring no excuses. Bring no substitute. At midnight, beneath the oldest olive trees, we will decide whether our children inherit land or graves. My mother heard the men departing and asked what I intended then. I told her justice would be measured, not thrown blindly among men. She looked toward my brother's coffin, said, "Do not make his memory small by using him to bless a hatred that will someday bury all." A name for a name, but justice first must know the one. I will not murder generations for the pride of someone's son. A name for a name, let the guilty bear the claim. If honor cannot tell the difference, then honor is another name for shame. At midnight, we would meet beneath the trees, one family carrying grief, one family carrying guilt, and between us, enough weapons to make both names disappear.
The trees were older than both our families. Older than the insult that began the feud. Older than the first grave. They had watched generations of men arrive beneath their branches, believing their anger was something new. The trees knew better. We entered from the eastern hillside. They approached from western stone. 20 armed men between us, yet each dawn walked ahead alone. The moon laid silver on the branches. The soil was cold beneath our shoes. No priest stood there to guide us, only history waiting to choose. The rival father faced me with 10 more winters in his eyes. Beside him stood the young man who had given birth to all our cries. His hands were bound before him, but his face still carried pride. A boy pretending not to tremble while death stood on either side. Every rifle knew its purpose, every widow knew the cost. One careless movement in that orchard, and another age was lost. Olive grove at midnight, ancient branches over rage. Roots have drunk 1,000 quarrels, men still bring another page. Olive grove at midnight, where the living meet the dead. The trees keep offering their fruit, while men keep offering blood instead. The rival father spoke with sorrow, said no order had been given there. His son had heard an old insult and mistook his pride for family care. He offered land and silver, offered workers wine and grain. But gold cannot raise a brother, and property cannot bury pain. My men began to shift behind me. They had traveled there for blood. They believed an empty chamber was the only language understood. I looked into the young man's features, saw no monster in his skin, only fear beneath bad teaching, and the ruin pride had let begin. You took my brother's life. Nothing said here will make that sentence smaller. If I kill you tonight, my men will call it justice. Your family will call it murder. Your brother will remember your body. My nephew will remember his father. And 10 years from now, 2 young men who were children tonight will meet beneath these same trees to continue what we refuse to finish. Do not mistake this for mercy. Mercy asks nothing. I am asking for the remainder of your life. You will leave this island before sunrise. You will never carry a weapon in this valley again. Your family will return the land taken from my brother's household. His widow and son will receive a portion of every harvest until the boy becomes a man. Write to that boy once each year, not to request forgiveness, to remind him that the person who took his father remained human enough to carry shame. If you return without permission, the old law will find you. But tonight, I refuse to plant another grave beneath a tree that has already witnessed too many. The young man looked at me and asked, "Why let me live?" I told him, "Because my brother's son deserves an inheritance larger than revenge." My own men called the judgment weakness before the night had turned. But a ruler who obeys every anger has nothing left that he has earned. The rival father bowed before me, not with fear but grief released.
And for the first time in 3 generations, both houses walked away in peace. Olive grove at midnight, no grave open beneath the tree. We buried an inheritance and called the unborn children free. Olive grove at midnight, the branches moved like quiet prayer. For once the soil received no body, only weapons lowered there. The oldest man among us cried, not because blood had been spilled, because after 70 years, it had not been.
The police said that there were no witnesses. That was not true. The baker saw it through flower-covered glass. The priest saw it from the sacristy door. 6 women saw it from behind their shutters. A child saw it while carrying water. And above them all, the bell tower saw everything. It happened after evening prayer, beneath the statue in the square. My brother crossed toward the fountain, never knowing death stood there. 1 shot scattered every pigeon, 1 more folded him in stone. Before the echo left the rooftops, every open window closed. The officers arrived by morning, with notebooks clean and uniforms pressed. They questioned merchants' wives and laborers. Every mouth returned the rest. No one heard the pistol speaking. No one saw the young man flee. 100 eyes had held the truth, but every tongue said, not me. The bells announced a funeral, but could not testify. Stone remembers every footstep, even when the living lie. The bell tower saw everything, every face and every fear. It rang above our silence, but no honest word appeared. The bell tower saw everything, watched the guilty leave the square. God received 1,000 prayers, but truth found no witness there. Our silence had an older purpose, born when foreign rulers came, when soldiers took the farmer's harvest and judges sold the poor man's name. We learned the mouth could endanger every house along the street, so silence became armor for the powerless and weak. But armor worn through every season can imprison those inside. The same silence that protects a widow can become a murderer's place to hide. We called it honor, called it duty, called it loyalty to our own. But a word may guard the family or help corruption build a throne. Omerta is not simple. Silence can save a life. Silence can keep a corrupt official from dragging an innocent father out of his home.
Silence can protect a frightened girl from men who would punish her for telling the truth. But silence can also protect the hand that fired. The mouth makes the same decision to remain closed. Only conscience knows why. That is the danger. A code created to defend the village can become a curtain behind which powerful men avoid judgment. The state could not be trusted, so we trusted ourselves. Then one day we looked around and discovered that no one could question us either. My brother's son came to me after the Olive Grove meeting. He was old enough to understand that his father would not return. He asked, "Who killed Papa?" I told him the name, I told him the truth, I told him the killer still lived beyond the sea. His eyes hardened in the way mine once had. He asked why I had not taken another life. I said, because the village had already taken your father's public truth. I would not also allow vengeance to take your future. He did not forgive me that night. Perhaps he never will. But I would rather receive an honest son's anger than raise another silent murderer. Each year upon my brother's mourning, I ordered one bell rung alone. No official explanation, no inscription cut in stone. But every villager remembered what the single toe confessed. The tower became the witness our mouths had failed to let it test. The bell tower saw everything, and one day so did the sun. Silence kept the village breathing, but it could not make us clean. The bell tower saw everything, still the truth survived the years. Some secrets guard the innocent, some only teach the guilty not to fear. We created silence because the law had betrayed us. Then silence became another law. And like every law that no one may question, it eventually began betraying us too.
The cross was here, before the chair. It watched men confess before anyone came to ask my permission. One offers mercy beyond this life. The other gives answers before sunset. Perhaps that is why the village began looking at me before it looked at him. The chair was carved from olive timber, dark and smooth by years and hands. A wooden Christ hung high above it, bearing wounds no court understands. Petitioners removed their hats there, placed their troubles at my feet, then waited for a mortal sentence where the sacred shadows meet. A widow brought a sealed eviction, a merchant brought a missing son, two brothers brought a strip of vineyard, each declaring he was wrong. They crossed themselves beneath the doorway, then approached my chair instead. Asked heaven for eternal mercy, asked the dawn for daily bread. The cross asked what was righteous, the room demanded something quick, and every answer made me heavier beneath the crucifix. The chair beneath the crucifix. Two kinds of judgment share the wall. One forgives what men confess, one decides who rises when they fall. The chair beneath the crucifix. My shadow climbs the Savior's feet. Each time the village calls me justice, something holy feels incomplete. Father Luca came after Vespers, when the final candles thinned. He stood where frightened men had stood and asked what power had done within. He said, beware when people kneel here, their knees may soon forget the church. A man can answer every question and still leave his own soul unsearched. I told him courts had sold their verdicts, told him landlords own the law, told him hungry men need justice they can hold and touch and draw. He listened without contradiction, then looked above my resting head, said need may place you in the chair, but pride decides how long you sit instead. I told myself, I sat beneath that cross because the village needed me. That was true. But truth can become dangerous when it is only half examined. There were nights when I enjoyed the silence that followed my decision. There were mornings when obedience tasted too much like respect. There were men I judged harshly because they reminded me of someone I hated. Men I judged gently because their fathers had once served mine. I called each choice necessary. Power loves that word, necessary. It makes appetite sound like duty. It makes pride sound like protection. It makes a man believe that because he has done good, everything he does must therefore be good. The Christ above me carried suffering. I sat beneath him assigning it. The difference should have terrified me sooner. A chair does not become sacred because it stands beneath a cross, and a man does not become righteous because frightened people call his verdict justice. The following day I moved the chair one measured pace toward the side, so no petitioner could face me without seeing the wounded Christ. It changed no law within the valley, no enemy surrendered ground. But every time I raised my judgment, I felt another judgment looking down. The chair beneath the crucifix must never borrow heaven's height. If I answer for the village, I must answer for my appetite. The
chair beneath the crucifix reminds the powerful and proud. A whisper may command the living, but no whisper commands the clouds. I move the chair one pace aside. It changed nothing about my authority, but it changed where I had to look before I used it.
A uniform can cover courage. It can also cover cowardice. A robe can serve justice. It can also hide the man who sold it before court began. In a black suit, a black suit proves nothing at all. The constable wore silver buttons and a badge beneath the king. Still he taxed the market twice and kept the second offering. The judge wore robes of solemn virtue, spoke of law with polished breath, then signed a widow's vineyard over to the man who paid him best. So the people climbed my hillside after lawful doors were barred, carrying receipts and bruises, every journey long and hard. I had no seal from any kingdom, no official book or throne, only names that made men listen, and a room of darkened stone. The law arrived in daylight, but truth came after dark. One wore medals on its jacket, one wore patience as its mark. Justice wears no uniform, not here among the stone. Sometimes she enters through the kitchen when the courthouse leaves you alone. Justice wears no uniform, no medal, robe or crown. But when one hand controls the scale, who weighs the hand that brings it down? I returned the widow's vineyard, made the officer repay, forced a merchant cheating laborers to feed their homes through winter's day. The village praised my fairness, placed my name beside the good, and praise began concealing questions every ruler should. Then my sister brought her firstborn, accused by a tenant's only child. The room expected family to make the judgment soft and mild. For one breath I saw my sister, not the frightened girl before, and I understood how justice can be purchased without gold. Blood can bribe the heart before a coin is ever shown. A man may condemn corruption while protecting his own. The uniform law failed.
because no one beneath it was permitted to question the men above it. What would make me different if no one could question me? A black suit can become as corrupt as any uniform. A family name can purchase a verdict without placing one coin upon the table. So I asked myself, would I believe this girl if the accused were my enemy? Would I doubt her if the accused were not my blood? Would I choose the same punishment if no one in the village knew my decision? Would I still call it justice if the verdict cost me someone I love? A man who becomes the law must become suspicious of himself, because the first tyrant a ruler must watch is the one who answers in his own voice. That night I placed 2 more chairs beside mine, one for an elder who had no debt to my family, one for a widow who had once stood powerless before the courts. From then forward, no case involving my blood belonged to me alone. My nephew was found responsible. He lost his inheritance, left the valley and spent 10 years repaying the family he had harmed. My sister did not speak to me for 7 of them. Justice sometimes restores peace. Sometimes it costs you a place at your own table. The village called the judgment brutal. My own blood called it betrayal. But a law that bends for family is merely favoritism veiled. I kissed my sister at the doorway, let her grief accuse my name, then returned beneath the crucifix, knowing justice leaves no one unchanged. Justice wears no uniform, but neither should she wear one face. She needs witnesses beside.
They call it a title and one small word. But every time someone speaks it, I hear the names of everyone waiting behind it. The widow, the farmer, the frightened father, the hungry child, the man who wants permission, the man who wants forgiveness. The title is only light to the person who does not have to carry what it means. Before the morning bells have finished, there are footsteps in the yard. A shepherd with a stolen pasture, a mother holding lettuce charred, a merchant asking safe protection, 2 brothers bringing one old feud. Every life arrives unfinished and expects my word to make it whole and true. By noon the table fills with ledgers. By dusk the gods have changed their place. My supper waits beneath a cover, while the oil cools without a taste. My wife can read the day upon me. My son can see the shoulders bend. But every knock becomes another life that cannot wait until I mend. They see the chair and call it power. They see the ring and call it gain. They do not hear 100 voices continuing after names. The price of being dawn is paid in hours no one sees. In every life you carry, and each answer they believe. The price of being dawn is not the gold or men you own. It is owing everyone your strength while carrying weakness alone. Dawn is not permitted illness. He cannot tremble, cannot pause. Uncertainty becomes a rumor. Rumor invites sharpened claws. So fever hides beneath the collar. Grief is buttoned in the coat. A leader learns to swallow sorrow before it reaches public throat. My mother died one winter morning, just before the 7th bell. By noon 2 houses faced each other, and the valley leaned toward hell. I left her candles with my sister, placed fresh mourning on my sleeve, then spent the day preventing fathers from giving other sons more cause to grieve. The village praised my discipline, said sorrow could not make me fall. But no one asked what kind of son leaves mourning to answer every call. People envy the chair. They imagine power means doing whatever you wish. They do not understand. Power is doing what must be done when nothing inside you wishes to do it. A dawn cannot say, I am afraid. The village will become afraid. He cannot say, I do not know. Every ambitious man will begin offering answers. He cannot say, I need time, because hunger, violence, and grief do not honor appointments. So he becomes certain before certainty arrives, strong before strength returns, present when every private instinct begs him to disappear. And slowly, people stop asking whether he is human. They begin treating him like weather, something permanent, something that will always arrive when needed. But a man can be necessary to everyone and known by no one. That is the loneliness inside the title. They kissed my hand because I carried the burdens. They never noticed how rarely anyone reached for it without placing another burden there. I wanted to protect the village, and the village forgot how to stand without me. And I forgot who I was when no one needed an answer. That is the price, not the enemies, not the sleepless nights. The price is becoming so necessary that even you cannot imagine yourself without the need. One evening sleep found me sitting with the ledger open wide. My firstborn placed a coat around me, then remained there at my side. He did not wake me for instruction, did not touch the waiting ring.
dawn above the stone. 3 new figures cross the courtyard, each believing theirs alone. I rose before my sun could stop me. Straightened collar hit the strain. A village does not see the price, it only sees the dawn appear again. The price of being dawn is being needed by them all, standing firm beneath their futures with no equal place to fall. The price of being dawn is a debt no gold can satisfy. You give the village all your living, then ask God where you may die. Tomorrow, before the sun reaches the valley, the bells will ring. Then someone will knock, I will rise. I will put on the black suit. I will sit beneath the crucifix. They will call it power. I will know the price. I will know the price.
I came before the morning bell, before the widows lit their candles, before the village remembered which troubles required my name. I left the guards outside. Death does not recognize bodyguards and God. God is never needed. An appointment with the dawn. Father Luca waited near the altar, older than the last time we had met. His hair had turned the color of the ashes we place upon the brow to name our debt. I removed the ring before I entered, set it softly on the wooden rail. A title may command a valley, but it cannot make a dying spirit well. I told him of the widow's orchard and the official made to pay. Told him of the feud I ended and the guilty sent away. Then I named the men who vanished by my order or my hand. Every grave beneath the vineyard, every widow left to understand. An explanation may be honest and still fail to make a wound divine. A reason tells you why a man crossed over. It does not move him back across the line. Confession without absolution, no clean cloth over what I've done. I can tell you why I chose it. I cannot make the choosing none. Confession without absolution, truth kneeling where excuses cease. Do not call me innocent, Father. Only ask if I have spoken clean. I confess the pride behind the duty, how obedience warmed the blood, how the chair beneath the crucifix sometimes made a man feel more than mud. I had helped the poor and frightened. That was true and still remains. But good works do not erase the pleasure of hearing power
answer to your name. I confess the nights I judged too quickly. Every bias dressed as law. How I favored certain families for the fathers that I saw. How necessity became a language I could use for any end, till my mother's warning found me. Never call your sins the will of heaven. Father Luca asked me, do you repent? I told him, I regret the empty chairs. I regret the mothers who heard footsteps at the door and already knew their sons would not return. I regret the fear that entered rooms before me. I regret that children learned to lower their voices when they heard my family name. He asked again, but do you regret the choices? I looked toward the altar. I thought of the widow holding the stolen deed, the shopkeeper whose children had no bread, the girl whose truth the powerful tried to bury. I said, if they came again tomorrow and every lawful door had closed against them, I do not know that I would turn them away. Father Luca lowered his eyes. He said, then perhaps you regret the cost, but not the road. I answered, perhaps that is the most honest thing I have brought into this church. He said, absolution could not become another favor placed into the hand of a don. I told him, then do not give me a favor, give me a witness. Hear the truth without making it beautiful. Let God receive the man without the title. Let him judge the mercy and the appetite, the protection and the pride, the lives I restored and the lives I made afraid. Do not wash the ledger clean, only place it open where heaven can read every line. I rose slowly from the kneeler, left the ring upon the rail, kept the black beads in my fingers, worn by every private tale. Father Luca did not bless me. I did not ask him to pretend. We stood as two old men in silence, knowing every title finds an end. I removed the ring before I entered, set it softly on the wooden rail. A title may command a valley, but it cannot make a dying spirit well. I told him of the widow's orchard and the official made to pay. Told him of the feud I ended and the guilty sent away. Then I named the men who vanished by my order or my hand. Every
He returned from the chapel without the ring. Sat beneath the oldest olive tree with the black rosary resting in his hand. Before the sun crossed the mountain, the final bead had passed beneath his thumb. When his wife found him, The village was still sleeping. The dawn had died before anyone could bring him another question. She touched his cheek beneath the branches, called the name no God had heard, not the title men had given, but his first and smallest word. His face held neither fear nor power, only age released from strain. The man who carried every burden had laid down the final name. By sunrise every shop was shuttered, black cloth covered every door. Women dressed in veils and mourning, as their mothers had before. The road beneath his hillside, filled with footsteps, flowers, prayer. Men who once avoided his shadow now stood waiting to walk there. Some came carrying gratitude, some carried wounds they could not name. A funeral gathers every truth that power kept inside one frame. Black veils at dawn, moving slowly through the stone. Love and fear walked side by side to carry one old body home. Black veils at dawn, no single story led the line. Every heart was buried, a different man beneath the pine. The widow from the western orchard placed an olive branch beside, said, "My children kept their birthright because this man refused the lie." Behind her stood another mother whose eldest never crossed her door. She made no curse and gave no flower, only watched the coffin pass once more. The baker called him benefactor, the constable called him crime. A laborer said he brought us justice, a priest said judgment takes its time. Children knew the quiet old man who gave them sweets beside the square. Their fathers knew the measured silence that made every careless word beware. A funeral is a courtroom where the dead cannot answer. Every mourner brings evidence. The widow brings the land. He returned. The mother brings the chair. Her son no longer fills. The merchant brings the winter. His family survived. The exile brings the homeland. He was forbidden to see. The priest brings questions. The wife brings the private man who woke afraid, who apologized badly, who carried fever beneath a pressed black collar, and who sometimes held her hand as though the whole valley were not waiting outside. The firstborn brings something heavier, a choice. The ring had been left inside the chapel. The chair waited empty beneath the crucifix. Every elder watched the son, expecting him to step forward.
and become the next answer. Instead, he placed his father's black rosary upon the coffin. He said, "My father gave me his name. He did not give me the right to own your lives. The house will remain open, but no man will sit there, is the law again." Some call that betrayal, some called it freedom. His mother called it the first peaceful inheritance the family had ever given. At the grave, the firstborn lifted one handful of remembered earth, soil gathered from beneath the tree that witnessed hunger, blood, and birth. He let it fall across the coffin while the bells began to sound. The valley's highest man descended to the same impartial ground. Black veils at dawn, no verdict written in the chime. Mercy, fear, protection, sorrow, all were honest at one time. Black veils at dawn, the bells refused to choose a side. They did not name him saint or sinner, they only told us he had died. By evening, the road was empty. The flowers remained, the chair remained, the chair remained, the questions remained. At the grave, the firstborn lifted without the ring.
Years pass differently when a powerful man is gone. At first, every silence feels like his absence. And the village learns to fill the silence with ordinary life. A market opening, a child laughing, two neighbors settling a boundary without climbing the hill. Eventually, a name that once controlled the valley becomes something the bells remember better than the young. The house still stands above the vineyard, but the guards have left the gate. Sunlight enters through the shutters where men once came to learn their fate. The ledgers vanished from the cellar, the long black table bears no claim. Dust has gathered on the chair that once could silence any name. My firstborn opened all the windows, placed school books where accounts had lain. Children learned their letters in the room where grown men once negotiated pain. The chair beneath the crucifix became a bench beside the wall. No single man now faced the village as the answer to it all. Some call the old days safer, some call the new days free. Time does not settle every argument, it only changes who can see. When the bells remember me, do not mistake the sound for praise. Stone repeats without forgiving, echoes carry darker days. When the bells remember me, let them tell the valley, oh, I protected many bodies while endangering my soul. The widow's orchard keeps on bearing. Her grandchildren press the oil. No family comes to take a portion. No armed man measures out the soil. The shopkeeper's son became a teacher. The missing boy became a judge. They built imperfect public answers where my private word once held too much. Still the oldest men remember how the square would change at noon, when my black coat crossed the fountain and conversation left the room. They speak of favors, debts, and funerals, of winters no one starved beneath, then lower every glowing memory before it hardens into myth. I once believed the greatest victory was making a name that death could not erase. I wanted future generations to speak it carefully. I wanted the house, the chair, the land, and the fear to prove I had not lived as an ordinary man. Age taught me something else. A name preserved by fear is not immortality. It is only fear that outlived its owner. So let the fear die quickly.
Let the orchard remain.
Let the widow own her land.
Let the council meet in daylight.
Let the judge be questioned.
Let the son refuse the chair.
Let the wife be remembered, not as the woman behind the dawn, but as the woman who kept the man from disappearing before death arrived. Let the black rosary remain inside a wooden drawer, not as a relic of power, but as a warning. Every blessing can become a debt. Every protector can become a ruler.
Every necessary man
can slowly convince himself that necessity makes him right. And if the children forget my title, but remember never to kneel before another mortal answer, then perhaps something worthy survived me. Not my power, the lesson.
Each year before the harvest, my son walks beneath the oldest tree. He brings no guards and wears no ring. No villagers bend a knee. He places bread upon the table, salt beside it, wine for all. Then lets each person speak their grievance without one voice becoming law.
Sometimes when the dawn is silver and the church begins to ring, an elder turns toward the hillside, remembering another spring. But children race across the square, untroubled by the name they hear. To them the bells are only morning, not permission, debt, or fear.
When the bells remember me,
let them ring for every side.
for those I fed and those I frightened,
For the truths I could not hide.
when the bells remember me,
Let no crown return through sound,
the earth remembers every footstep.
but all names return to ground.
when the bells remember me.
Let the children still run free.
A legacy is not who bows, but who no longer needs to kneel to me.
before dawn. The bells still cross the valley.
The farmers rise,
The shutters open
the olive branches move.
in the same ancient wind.
No quiet house,
Decides who eats by morning
no ring waits.
for frightened lips.